someone has been experiencing internal shifts. It's like little by little they're experiencing an awakening, and it's these little shifts that are helping them to see things in a new way. Okay, where there was kind of internal conflict, and I've heard something about resolution, a lack of a resolution. So we've got the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Wands, but then we've got the 6 of Wands at the bottom of the deck as well, okay? So it's kind of like someone has this kind of idea of wanting to resolve some kind of conflict on their mind, okay? Okay. Oh, also there's something about this energy. There's like this could be to do with a love connection, okay? That's what I'm feeling right now, okay? Wow, someone's approach has left someone else very guarded, very Empress at the bottom of the deck. Wow, you know what it is? There's somebody here. There's it feels like there's been I've literally just heard straight up karmic interference. Someone has been impulsively kind of tugged on, if you will. So kind of their wounds, but also like, yeah, their wounds and traumas have been kind of drawn on, manipulated. I'm not sure if they knew that this was what was happening, but there's been so much conflict in this situation, wherever it is. And this is someone who's this karmic energy is very impulsive, very, I'm hearing specifically the term immature, so I'm not sure what that is, but it's left someone else feeling very indecisive about something. Got the Death card here as well, though, so there's something about whatever this conflict is, I think it is finding a resolution, but the more someone's having these internal shifts, because whatever's happening on the outside right now, it's not stable. That's for sure. There's something about this Empress, so it feels like this Empress is kind of the guiding light to, you know, that divine feminine energy within you, or even outside of you. It's kind of like, she doesn't have to do anything. She doesn't need to manipulate, seduce, lure, whatever. That's not divine feminine, it's a wounded feminine. And that's what I think someone has been dealing with. Okay. But at the same time, they've been impulsively, passionately led, if you will. There's definitely some kind of major breakdown when it comes to, it could be home environment, some kind of connection that was had, but certainly something I was preventing a union from taking place, okay? Sacred union. Again, that could be within, okay? So we've got the 10 of Wands as well. Someone's really bearing the weight of whatever this was. It's kind of caused them to be in this energy of kind of constantly watching their back, or not, you know, feeling like they're like not knowing their worth because of not, I think more about what others see when they see them in terms of worthiness. So I'm hearing like jealousy, competition, that kind of energy. Really unstable, heavy energies. This is what someone's coming out of, okay? Much more clarity is being gained though. It's kind of like they want this happiness, but they've been so withdrawn in their energies, what I'm hearing. Yes, look at that. Justice and the 9 of Wands. The Lovers at the bottom of the deck as well. So whatever this kind of Knight of Wands energy has been, you know, again, this could be very, really well lustfully led energies. It's someone's had to bear the weight of it. So whatever this karmic interference is, again, so this is someone's end, like whoever it is, it's their cycle to have to heal through and deal with. And best believe that is the way that this spread is suggesting has been happening, okay? Divine intervention, divine justice. There's something, I'm hearing something about their karmic wheel or something, okay? The Chariot, okay, so as this closes out with this Death card and the Chariot, this transformation that's taking place from this kind of very wounded feminine who left somebody feeling so like down and out. Just, I'm hearing specifically the words a lesser man, so I'm not sure if that resonates with someone, but that's just what came through. Could be a song as well. Okay, so there's forward movement taking place. There's much more balance moving forwards where there's been so much instability. Okay, so let's just find out some more. Yeah, I think they've had to, it's like they've had some kind of responsibility, or at least they were led to believe they did, right? So this is a chapter that they're very much closing out. the world and the wheel. These have been big. I've heard specifically their karmic lessons. Okay, the moon. They've been operating from this very wounded inner state. This subconscious has been leading for sure. And it's kind of like every time that they want to move forwards, they're reminded of what is still holding them back internally within themselves. It's all be very hidden and masked behaviors. And I was getting that kind of energy of something sneaky happening in the background. Unfortunately, but then again, that's someone's healing, you know. They've been so stuck in this, like, whatever this situation is with this Queen of Swords, and you know, their mind has been very much, I've heard warped, so I don't know, feels quite intense. It's kind of like they've mentally, I think they've been going through it truly, but this is what they're working on. They are working on this transformation, this healing. Star at the bottom of the deck, okay. 8 is significant here, okay. Also Libra energy. Ace of Cups, King of Wands, that's more like it. Someone's regaining, and then the King of Pentacles. Someone's regaining their confidence here, but also they're understanding the power of their presence and how it's not just, it can't just be anywhere and everywhere, even just their name alone. Does that make sense? 7 of Swords, massive betrayals here. Massive betrayals. I think they've had to pay for their own betrayals, if you will. It's again learning cycles. But this has been deep. This has been painful, and I think that they're not the only ones who've been hurt by it. Okay. Yeah, there's been so much. I think that maybe they've had recent interactions here, or even they're being shown where they're still being pulled on, basically. Okay. And again, that lustful energy is coming through, and if that's something they haven't harnessed, healed through, then they're being taught how to do that right now. They've been given at least the opportunity to do this, because here I can tell they're regaining their independence. They're finally speaking up for themselves. They're finally taking actions that are so much more aligned within their truth of who and what they are. Yeah, now here it comes. High Priestess, 9 of Cups, and the 6 of Cups. There's something with someone from the past that they've had to kind of keep hidden, if you will, including something to do with what they truly desire. Because whatever this was, I mean, it was a mess. I've heard that they finally cut the cords that were binding them. And I also feel like it's about time is what's coming through. So I think that this has been a cycle, truly, that that wheel has just been repeating and repeating. And it's all with the 7 of Swords, you know, this kind of fox energy, very deceptive, very kind of, not an energy that can be trusted, if you will. But again, operating from a rooted space. Okay. So, 4 of Cups, 2 of Wands, and then the 2 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Someone's ready, and then the 10 of Pentacles as well. Someone's really thinking about where they want to move towards. And I think their focus right now is releasing anything that can sabotage that moving forward. So all that unstable energy, you know, those cords that have been cut, that they've been really removing, has open their space, like this energetic space, because you have to physically remove so much to truly open the energetic space for those activations to come through in places that you can't even really you can't necessarily put a name to, if you will, because once you cleanse through, there's divine will see the space. And even if it's just like dreams or meditation states of different consciousness, answers will come through, activations will come through. And this is why it's so important to be mindful of what and who you are allowing into your field of existence in any way, shape and form. You know, this is, you know, energy, light bodies, all of this, okay, really important. So they've opened up this space now in their heart where they want to take that lead, where they want to come together and work together, and they want to do this from a place where they are independently doing so. So it's not like they're attached to anything of the past or anything else anymore. Even like behaviors like jealousy or something, they want to kind of move past those kind of things, and they want to clear this up. But there is still a lot of kind of I think there's a lot of emotion with the Strength card there as well. I think someone's, again, like I said, gathering the courage, right, keeping an open mind, okay, heart-to-heart conversations. There's something about this moving forward that's very unusual. It's not the normal way of doing things. Maybe it's not the normal kind of connection. So it's kind of it's new, and it might not be exactly what you're expecting. This is what's been coming through: deception, masks. So I think that keeping an open mind as well is recognizing that someone has been wearing masks, but to try to understand their point of view, not to excuse them for any unhealthy or behaviours or mistreatment towards you, but just to try to open that space for their healing and their journey as well. Okay, engagement. So there's this energy of moving into higher levels of commitment when it comes to kind of what you are deciding you want to be connected to on a deeper level. Giving the relationship a chance, or working on the partnership together is going to be really important. But again, I think it's just starting here with this clarity of kind of, yeah, there's been people in the background here that has led to some kind of deceptive energies, behaviours. Really not healthy, okay? So getting to know each other, again, heart-to-heart conversation. So it's going to be this opportunity to get to know each other, but again, it's to do with creating that foundation of stability and trust, right? That's how it can move forward, whatever this is, okay? Again, it feels like it could be a past connection with that Six of Cups, right? So we've got the chemistry card here. There's definitely that energy of that chemistry coming through. Past life relationship, that makes sense. I think there's something about finally accepting something for what it is and not allowing like the external voices to lead you anymore. Truly, I did want to come out heart-to-heart conversations, really important. And that's when you're going to be able to reconnect, if you will, or even connect. I'm saying reconnect because of that Six of Cups and the past life relationship energy. But again, there's this need for honesty here, truly, because there's been too much dishonesty, but it had way more to do with external factors than I think that you might realize, okay? And that's from both sides, because sometimes you see things that the other person doesn't realize you're seeing in them, okay? Don't let the past hold you back. I think that is definitely confirmation. This is where you really have to hone in and honor the tools that you have kind of gathered and created when it comes to your healing journey, taking the space and time that you need to process what's happening without that rash, impulsive energy, right? Because there's a lot of truths coming to the surface. Nothing will come of this situation. There's a lot of truths coming to the surface, and if you hold on to the past, then you're not going to be able to move forward, right? That Chariot card, I'm getting a lot of secrets here that will be coming or want to be aired in these heart-to-heart conversations, okay? It's kind of like allowing the space for that. Be bold and make the first move. Someone wants to be bold and make the first move. I think that it's kind of like, I'm seeing like this eruption within. They don't want it, they can't contain themselves, but it's only because they want to speak their truth. It's like, you know, when someone really operates in a certain way and they know that it's not like the right way they want to be operating in, or that they should be, whatever that means, but they do it and then they keep cycling in it, and then suddenly they're just doing it again and again and again, right? It's like someone's just dug themselves deeper and deeper, basically, and they're finally thinking, oh my God, right? Conclusions are within reach, and every time that they've had the opportunity to remove the masks or whatever, they've just dug themselves even deeper. But again, it was showing them who and what was influencing them way too much, including their internal traumas, and also like just their external, I'm hearing connections and environments and just expectations. The answers you need are coming, okay? There's definitely something about that karmic energy that you're going to learn about. It's been in the mix, I think, probably way more than you will have known. But again, with that Death card, it's something that needed to come to an end before it could be surfaced for you to understand better. Okay, a time to give rather than take. It feels like somebody kept being drawn back into this kind of this karmic interference, right? And it's like they were running on the wounds of betrayal, is what I'm hearing, okay? So it was kind of really preventing them from moving forwards. And this is what they've really been digging into and making an effort to kind of release themselves from those chains, from those binds, so they can actually truly understand their heart space now. It feels like this is someone who was seeking validation, truly, and they kept going back to the same source that was just like really wounded, or had some kind of hold over them or something, you know. But at the same time, there's also this energy of somebody fearing this kind of, should this repeat in another situation, in another connection, right? That's been holding them back as well. Yeah, codependency, attachment. They've had this attachment. It's like, it's really sad because it's like they've been their sacred energy has just been pulled on, and they've allowed this to happen. I don't think they've understood like the sacredness of themselves, right? Separation, yeah. I'm just gonna get some more on that. Codependency. Whatever this karmic energy is, it's been the one thing that they need to go through to teach them what unhealthy attachment and unhealthy and toxic, if you will, connections are, because they didn't see it as that. But they've had to understand it. Children. So it could be that there's something about children involved, unrequited love, something that they weren't expecting happened and unfolded because of their addictions and their attachments, that led to kind of, I think I'm hearing a separation from themselves, from their divine path, truly. I'm hearing being led by kind of those darker energies within, that somebody thought was like this fulfillment of their, passion. Thought it was like this fulfillment of like pleasure or something, really shakes as well. But actually it was just feeding into this wounded state, okay? Again, someone's kind of understanding that, you deserve love. They didn't see that about themselves. And I don't even think they realised this. The reason they were so cut off from their own heart space is because they didn't realise they deserved that love. That actually their heart exists within their heart. So they couldn't really give that either, right? So of course they went back to this energy of, that pained energy. It's like pain, fear, illusion, timeline, truly. Forgiving and learning. So this is to do with that deception card as well, okay? Someone's really learning how no longer to act from timelines of the past, all the way from when they were a child to this very day, okay? Ask Archangel Michael to help you with this situation. So if this is somebody struggling, or if you are unsure how to process the situation, then turn to divine, okay? New beginnings and a fresh start. That is on the horizon. It is, and it's going to be way more heart-led, but there's this healing phase taking place, and someone needs that time and space to go through this, to really honour themselves first now, which I think there's something about that they've not ever known how to do, okay? Your children are watched over by angels. That's, again, confirmation to do with children, okay? So there could definitely be either a child of the past or a child to come, so a baby in spirit, either way, okay? And you can call in your, when you get to that kind of energy of sacred, alignment, union within yourself and with your person, you can really hone in on that beautiful energy with divine to call in the beautiful souls that are here waiting for you, okay? Believe and trust, okay? So there's this energy of, it's not about lost hope, okay? It's holding on to that beautiful faith from a loving space, which is why you have to learn not to be so attached, which is that unhealthy energy that you move away from, okay? Go forward fearlessly. That's with the new beginnings and a fresh start, okay? So it's going to require that courage that I keep mentioning, okay? It's time to leave this unhealthy situation. That's to do with the children. And I think actually somebody might have felt, again, obliged or something, even if it's to do with their own childhood. Shield yourself here as well. So spiritual protection, spiritual hygiene, be big on that right now, okay? Let me know if this reading was for you. There's a calmness coming. The unstable energy is being cleared through right now. Someone's really regaining their independence, and you're going to really learn a lot about what's been happening behind the scenes, okay? But it has to be at a time when you're ready to receive it, and B, you're not going to be pulled into anything that is not yours to handle, okay? And that'll be all divinely guided. Trust that. Let me know if this reading was for you. Sending so much love.